Welcome all sports fans, YouTubers, Facebookers, all social media across the nation. Uneducated Network presents Uneducated Sports Talk, and I'm your host, Carlos Clayton, and we're back with just regular old news today. We have a Thursday night game going on with the Houston Texans and the Cincinnati Bengals. We'll talk about that in just a moment, but if you haven't, please like and subscribe to my fancy new shirt. Uneducated Network, please like, subscribe, share, comment to Uneducated Network. Check that out. We have a lot of things going on with that show, with our network, with our channel on YouTube. So you check my show out, and you check out Craig Jones' show, So You Think You Know Sports, Brian Wilkinson's Based on Balls baseball show. We also have our Uneducated Hero Talk, Uneducated Oldies, Visionary Ministry. So we got all that going on, man. So please like, subscribe to, I'm going to show it again, Uneducated Network, please. With that being said, let's go on with Uneducated Sports Talk. Like I said, I'm your host, Carlos Clayton, and today, let's talk football, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of baseball. Here we go. Let's start off with the football game. Houston Texans versus the Cincinnati Bengals was the first primetime Thursday night game from the NFL Network. We should say that. The first primetime game was the Patriots and the Chiefs on Thursday, but this is the actual first one sponsored by the NFL Network. You had Deshaun Watson, who got the nod as quarterback to be the starter for the Houston Texans. Maybe he can revitalize them from that poor performance they had last week against Jacksonville Jaguars. And he did that. He did that. He basically spottified what a rookie should be, or rookie is. You have your ups and you have your downs. And he had plenty of ups and he had plenty of downs in this game. But his ups outweighed his downs. You knew that they were coming with a conservative effort, a conservative way of winning the game or playing the game. And of course, on the Bengals, on the other hand, their offense was just so poor. There were plenty of times they had chances to put up points, plenty of times to get runs going on, but they're Andy Dalton. Something's wrong with him, or there's no chemistry with the offense. Something is going on. Anyway, with that being said, the Houston Texans defeat the Cincinnati Bengals 13-9, and Deshaun Watson, he had a 49-yard touchdown right before the half ended in the game to basically, stamp the game for them. They went up 10-3 at that point. The Bengals kick a field goal to end the first half, and then they shared field goals again in the second half, and that was your ball game. But Deshaun Watson is showing with that run right there, because he was getting blasted by Geno Atkins and company on that defense. That defense was humming, especially Geno. He was getting in there. He is a man possessed. I'll tell you that right now. He has 3 sacks the first 2 games of the season. He's only going to get better and quicker and stronger and faster. Geno Atkins is just a monster down there. But if you watch the game, like 3 plays prior to him running that 49-yard, he gets smashed by Geno Atkins. Oh, by the way, happy birthday to Deshaun Watson. He turns 22. But he got smashed by Geno Atkins. You're like, oh my God, how do you get up from that? And then it shows what kind of guy he is. On a 3rd and long, he takes it and runs 49 yards for a touchdown. It almost was reminiscent of that Michael Vick touchdown against the Minnesota Vikings back in, I think, 2002 in the Dome. So it felt like that kind of run. It silenced the crowd. And speaking of silence in the crowd, that crowd in Cincinnati has been silent for 2 straight games now. When you get 2 straight home games to start the season off, it's a blessing. You don't have to go anywhere. You get to relax. That being said, there's not a lot of pressure on you, and you go in there and think to join up for 2 straight games in a row. It's a total of 9 points in 2 games. They got blanked by the Baltimore Ravens, and they got 9 points against the Houston Texans team. But both teams have really good defenses they were playing. But at the same time, Andy Dalton is not the Andy Dalton that we know. He went 19 for 34, 216 yards, but he missed bad on a lot of throws. A.J. Green, 5 catches, 67 yards. So you knew that A.J. was getting his. He had one big, 40 or something like a 30 or 40-yard catch over 3 guys, which typical A.J. Green, typical. But Andy Dalton, something is going on with his chemistry with the team, because I understand both teams are missing linemen, but that's still no excuse. Andy Dalton's missing throws bad. He seems rattled more than usual. The Red Rocket, I haven't seen him this rattled in a long time, and something's got to change about that. DeAndre Hopkins for the Houston Texans, he started off slow. He was slow last week as well, but in the first half, he started off slow, but then somehow Deshaun Watson found him 7 catches, 73 yards. It doesn't seem like a lot. But in this particular kind of game they were running, basically they were running a lot. And DeAndre Hopkins got key third downs and to keep the chains moving. And they got a big field goal at the end to force Cincinnati to go for a touchdown. And they couldn't move the ball to save their lives. So Cincinnati has a lot of growing pains to go to, but when you get a home games, 2 straight games in a row to start the season off, you got to win at least one. Now that means you're playing 8 of the next 10 games. You're playing 8 games of your next I'm guessing 14. So 8 of your next 14 are on the road. So that right there, you just wipe away 2 home games and you lose them both. That means you only have 6 home games left. So if they want to keep up in this division, they got to win. Now, they're my surprise team to go like 11-5 this year. I thought adding John Ross. So you got your receiver getting Joe Mixon, your running back. I thought that would. Now, I know they lost 2 linemen in free agency, but I didn't think it'll hurt them that bad. But Cincinnati has some things to work on because they got to do it real quick because the Ravens and the Steelers aren't going anywhere anytime soon. And, like I said, Deshaun Watson, 15 for 24, 125 yards isn't going to say anything, but they're missing their tight ends. They had no tight ends basically in the whole entire game. The whole entire game, they were using 6 linemen, basically linemen playing the tight end spot, but not really tight end. So wasn't a lot of options for Deshaun Watson as well when you have C.J. Fedorowicz, who's one of the best tight ends in the game. And then, your other tight ends they have as well are pretty good. When you had this DeAndre Hopkins, that's it. Lamar Miller came in and did it. He spared his. He had 61 rushing yards, 26 receiving yards, so he did what he could to help the team out. But you know they're gonna run, and that's why if you stick to the game plan, Deshaun Watson is going to be very good for this team. Because one thing, his mobility sets him apart from all the other quarterbacks that Houston has had in the last 3 or 4 years. His mobility, he can get out of trouble anytime. As you saw from that 49-yarder, he is a man possessed. When he is gone, he is gone. So teams have to be very wary of Deshaun Watson leaving the pocket or stepping up. What I liked about that play is he stepped up in the middle and then ran for 49. That means it's nothing but space. And he made that look easy. He made it look real easy. And surprise, he broke the franchise record for most rushing yards by a quarterback in the Houston Texans franchise. So it doesn't surprise me at one bit. But Houston goes on, and they are 1-1. Their next game is against the New England Patriots. And then, the Cleveland Browns find their way into Lambeau Field. I'm not Cleveland Browns. They're probably not the Cleveland Browns. Excuse me. The Cincinnati Bengals find themselves into Lambeau Field next week to face the Green Bay Packers. So it's not getting easier for the Bengals. They need to find out and do something. When Hugh Jackson left in 2015, it feels like their whole entire offense left. Now, let's go ahead and talk more about football. Odell Beckham Jr., he's dealing with some kind of high ankle sprain or just a bad ankle sprain, and he's trying to play for this week. I don't know if he's ruled out for this week or not, and for the Monday night game against the Lions, but fantasy owners are like, good God, why me? I'm just glad I never got Odell, But that being said, he did say it's going to take a 6 to 8 week process for it to fully heal. It's not meaning he's out 6 to 8 weeks, fantasy owners. He's not out 6 to 8 weeks. He's just saying that to properly fully heal is 6 to 8 weeks for it. And there's still rumors that he could miss the Monday night game. I'm not sure about that. I'm not worried. But if you are a fantasy owner of Odell Beckham Jr., you should be worried because you don't know. But if Odell's not in the game and Eli's not getting that pad protection like he is, this Giants team can kiss their season goodbye. If Odell has to miss 3-4 games, they can kiss it goodbye because that O-line is not going to protect Eli Manning one bit. So, good luck to the Giants this year if Odell Beckham cannot play or even be himself. If he's just like 50%, that's not really good. It's not good. If he's 75%, it's still not good to take them where I think they want to be at, which is in the playoffs and making a run for the Super Bowl. That's where they want to be at right now. Eli Manning's last stage of his career. Now, let's talk a little baseball. I'm feeling a little baseball fever right now. The Cleveland Indians are the talk of the MLB nation, the MLB world. They just won 22 straight in a row. They have broken the record for most consecutive wins by AL team in MLB history by winning 21. But now they won 22 in dramatic fashion. Walk-off hit. They won 3-2 over the Kansas City Royals. And I just want to give my thoughts on this team for just a minute. This is something great to always talk about in baseball. But baseball will always be third place when it comes to football and basketball. But baseball forever has storylines going on, and this is just many storylines. There's already a tight American League wild card race. Well, we all know that no one's really talking about that because the AL Central leaders, the Cleveland Indians, are just acting a fool right now. Acting a fool. They cannot be beat. Francisco Lindor, he's the heart and soul of this team when it comes down to the batting lineup. He's in potential of maybe winning MVP. MVP. I mean, it sounds pretty good. I'm still saying Jose Altuve might win it, and respect to Jose, he deserves it in my opinion. But their pitching staff, Corey Kluber, got Carlos Carrasco and Travis Bauer. Those guys are just coming in and just line it up every single day. And they're making it look easy, and they're having fun with it. The 22 games, they are winning 142-37. That is sickening. That is like they're only giving 1.5 points per game. It's 1.5 scores, runs, whatever you want to call it. They're giving only 1.5 runs per game, and that is eerie creepy. That's playing out of this world baseball when it comes down to the pitching, and they're hitting. They're just destroying teams right now during this run, and it's fun to be a Cleveland fan right now. But the question that everyone is talking, is it too early? Should they slow down? Look, no one plays to not win. You want to play to win the game every single time. Yes, they're getting success. I always feel like the hottest teams that go into the postseason are the ones that get the victories, or the ones that go deep into it. I say the hotter the better. So my thing is keep winning. There's no such thing as you winning too much right now. No. Unless you're an Atlanta Falcons fan, no. Atlanta Falcons team 28-3, then you're probably winning too much. And no, that doesn't even make sense. So let me just stop that. But there's no such thing as winning too much. People say, do they need to slow down? What, you want them to lose on purpose? No. The Cleveland Indians is a great story, and I hope they continue to win. I hope they win the rest of the games going into the postseason. I hope they screw it all, to be honest. This team is a threat. They're only a threat to the Astros, who are the second best team in the AL. Not acting like it right now, though, but that is the second best team. This team is a threat to the Yankees if they do meet the Yankees in the divisional round, or the Twins. They are going to destroy the Twins if they get there. So this team is looking very, very good. Corey Kluber, who's their ace, and he's looking for another Cy Young. He's right up there with a few guys, with Chris Sale most likely. But Kluber, man, Kluber, I don't know his name like that, but he is a beast. And he has his team rocking and rolling. Terry Francona, he's just letting guys be loose. He said, just be you. That's why he's a great manager. He knows when to. He's not letting this become a pressure situation. And I don't blame them. These guys, you could tell, they're having fun. They're smiling, they're laughing. And I feel like if they do lose tomorrow, the next day, it won't hurt their confidence going into anywhere. Yes, they want to keep on winning and see how much they can win. But all good things come to an end. They will eventually lose a game. We all know that. But I think this group here, that won't affect them at all. At one point, they were 45-42, like a game and a half a lead over the Minnesota Twins. And now they're staggering. I don't know what the record is. 91-50 something, or 92-50 something. It doesn't matter, because these guys are, they're going to win the Central, obviously. They're still battling off for first place overall, and I think the way they're playing, they will get that over the Astros. And it's really tough for me to see a team beat them, because they've had the Astros number for the last 2 years. And if the Astros become healthy, then we got something going on. But they don't. Now, people are saying, is it championship or bust for the Indians? And this year, I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah. They're a top team. They made it to the World Series last year. Should have won the World Series, being up 3-1. Had a great game in Game 7, even though it came into a loss. But championship or bust, yes. Has to be a championship year, because you went there and now you're trying to go back. You have your same pieces, and you have the streak that goes along with it. I don't know when it's going to end, but it's a great streak, one of the greatest streaks in MLB history. And now you're like, they have to set themselves up rotational wise to get into the playoffs and be a success. And I think they will do that, but they have to win a championship or bust. It's tough for me to say that because it's like I don't see that in the Cubs. It's not really a championship or bust for them for some reason. But it's kind of sad that I say that for the Cleveland Indians, who lost the World Series last year. But they got to get back to it. I think they will. I think they will if all the stars and the lines, all the baseball, guys come together. Cleveland Indians will make it back to the World Series because, like I said, they've had the Astros number, and I think they're just going to destroy the Yankees or the Twins, whoever it gets. So I don't really see a team beating the Cleveland Indians in the American League right now. But here's to hoping for the Astros, right? So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed my talk, my little rant. Football, a little bit of baseball. We will talk tomorrow. We'll probably talk about Trace McGrady's Hall of Fame and some other stories too. So be on the lookout for that. We will have In the Paint with Red, hosted by Devontae Rome, coming out in a few days. So check that out as well. We got a lot of things going on. I'm very excited. So for those who haven't, please like, subscribe to Uneducated Network, my fancy new shirt. I keep talking about it. I love it. Uneducated Network, please. Check that out, subscribe to it, tell your friends, your mamas, uncles, daddies, sisters, brothers, everybody, because we got a lot of good things coming out, man. We're going to keep it real for you guys. So, that being said, Uneducated Network presents Uneducated Sports Talk. I'm your host, Carlos Clayton, and as always, sports fans, you know what it is. Stay smart, stay uneducated. Peace.